I'm gonna need you to like back it the hell up, guy. I need you to back your shit up real quick. I don't know where your brain is, because probably your brain is not fully developed. Like you said that it doesn't fully develop at the past the age of 30, but it fully develops at the age of 25. But I think you need to just back your ass up real quick. Back it up. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, we all know about the FaZe Jarvis situation, where he did something where he was basically hacking the game, and he ended up getting a perma ban for that. Hence, with that, he's not making money on that situation, and he's not doing stuff in regards to Fortnite. His account, everything has been taken away, and when it came to that, it was immediately effective when he recorded it. Now, on my idea of what happened with the ban, I don't think that a perma ban was necessary. I think probably like a couple of months or a year ban was necessary. I thought because any type of hacking or modification done to the game without permission of the game creators or allowing of the game creators is definitely a bad thing. That's why they made creator mode, and they gave you the things to do in creator mode. They didn't tell you, oh, you could put your own things in creator mode. No, if you are modding it, if you are adding different types of things to it, then it has to be on the developers to allow you to do that. That's why things like, when people mod like a Nintendo game and Nintendo goes hard on the modders and the people who do ROMs, people get upset and don't know why. So that's just the thing I don't understand. But as I said, when it comes to the situation of that, it's majorly different. Now let me go to my podcast thing. I just need to edit something in a little bit. And that's my title today. And I'm really gonna go about this right now because I'm gonna show you guys something. Now let me go to the Windows title over here. So now I'm gonna show you and read to you an excerpt. Now this is something that is from GameSpot. This is what I'm hearing from. This is also a comment based off of what Ninja or Tyler Blevins says. So I'm going to read this to you, and then I'm going to give you a little perspective on why this kind of makes me angry. Popular streamer Ninja has provided his thoughts on FaZe Jarvis Catri's permanent Fortnite ban, saying the punishment was too harsh for the pro gamer who was caught using aimbot cheats. Okay, that's the problem there. I think the punishment was too much of an issue. I think it was too harsh. Excuse me. Like he said, I thought it was extremely harsh. Like he said, but he was still caught doing something that he wasn't allowed to do. Aimbot is not allowed in this area. You should not be able to do anything of aimbot, especially unless they allow you to, or anything of mods unless they allow you to. And then if you get caught for that, get in trouble for that, you can't really get upset. As I said, I think that was like worth only like a 6 months ban, or like I would say like a year ban from that, because that's perfectly fine for a year ban. But I don't think the perma ban was necessary. Poor kid does need to make money. But here's where it gets fucking dumb. There's a difference between a content creator who has millions of subscribers, hundreds of thousands of followers, who gets banned from literally what makes him money, and some kid who is a piece of shit, who has absolutely zero following, has zero money, that comes from gaming and hacks. Ninja said, "You ban that kid, nothing happens to him. Nothing happens. Oh no, he can't cheat anymore. You ban Jarvis is different. The stakes are different, and it should be handled a little bit differently." I agree with that. I think when it comes to situations like that, I agree and disagree. It is different when somebody who doesn't make that much money gets hacked, starts hacking, compared to a streamer who is paid to do so. But the problem is the streamer knows what is illegal and what is not illegal. If he gets paid off of that, if you're doing it off of certain content, you should not be doing the things that will go ahead and cause that to be like taken away from you. That's something that's absolutely wrong. Like for instance, if they say that, oh, you know what, you cannot eat on the job in the aisles where you work at Target, and then they catch you eating, and it's like, oh, I'm just eating something, you know, it's not that big of a deal, I'll just throw it away. They can still fire you for that. That's still going against the rules. Whether it's small, whether it's big, they have any reason to go ahead and fire you or get rid of your or make sure they don't pay you, they will do so. Just look at the situation. It needs to be handled differently because it's different. A content creator cheating whose entire life is about the game he's playing, and some random who has no YouTube channel, no Twitter account, he doesn't care, he just cheats, he hacks to hack. You ban one, you ruin his life. You ban the other, he makes another account and keeps cheating. It's different. It has to be handled differently. No. Okay. You see why it can't be, the reason why it cannot be handled differently is because even with the Fortnite streamers, you still have to attune to basically having them follow the same rules. If you want people to go ahead and follow the same rules and literally follow those rules that are implemented in the game, the streamers have to be that platform and those actual people to promote the actual ways of, you know, trying to follow those rules and try to go ahead and promote people to want to continue following those rules, because they do have that platform given to them by the company. So it's actually that's not true, and that's something that is not on a real thing. Ninja admits that his initial reaction was wrong later in the Mixer live stream, but does believe the punishment of juveniles and adults should be different, just as they are in the legal system. That is wrong in certain areas, but let me read why. Let me read the rest of this. A kid cheating at a video game is a little bit different than a grown adult cheating at a video game. An adult should be able to experience and think over and reflect on consequences because they experience life longer and they realize that everything in life has consequences, Ninja said. As a child, they need to learn these things. Should the bans be the exact same? Technically not, because when somebody usually commits murder past the age of 18 or 19, they're considered an adult. That's why they get tried as an adult. If you are under the age of 18, there's a reason why you're not tried as an adult right away, because you're not mentally all there. The punishment should be the same for all kids under the age of 18. While he thinks the ban should 100% be there, and that Jarvis was truly clueless for not knowing the consequences, Ninja states that popular games like Fortnite will be affected if the content creators are handed severe punishments and permabans. Without your content creators as well, though, it has a negative impact on your game, Ninja said. You see, this is what frustrates me about you, Tyler. First of all, in certain legal areas, kids are tried as adults. If you're past a certain age, you don't even have to be 17 or 18 or 18 or 19. In certain areas, you can be tried as an adult at 14 to 16. Because you do know better at that age. The thing is, when people go ahead and do stuff like that, you're not gonna get punished for that? If a kid decides to go egg somebody's house on Halloween, you get caught. They're not going to go ahead and they're not going to put you in a cop car and take you home? If it's up to your parents, they would say, oh, you know what, take him to jail. Let him experience jail for the first time. They can do that, and then you can still have a record. And that record can still go up for you even as an adult. Even from like juvenile to now, even you do that, they could go ahead and see your record. You see you constantly build it up. Guess what? They're throwing you in jail, throwing away the key. There are even kids that got life sentences and even was sentenced to death because of the crimes they committed. Look, I don't understand where you are going with this. Certain things like, you know, killing someone, especially if you decide to go to jail for murder, where murder and cheating in a video game are absolutely two fucking different things, which you shouldn't be freaking able to actually bring them together. You can't bring them together. Okay, the kid got perma-banned from a game, which he could actually go ahead and probably, you know, continue creating content, which he doesn't seem to have a problem with, which, you know, he can still do on other games and also provide other things from other games because he's sponsored by FaZe. FaZe actually went ahead and still sponsors this kid. But the problem is, you want to say that he shouldn't get a punishment. Of course he should get a fucking punishment. He won't learn or deal with consequences in the future if he's not getting a punishment. But just because he's a certain age, he's not going to be able to do so? He should, because he was young age, he shouldn't get this certain punishment or this certain consequence? No, man. You can't go ahead and throw away the idea of consequences from teenagers or even children just because they're in a certain age. They will learn. I have learned from doing certain things at a kid's age and not doing them now. And I'm 25. The problem is, when it comes to especially this age, if you're telling me that kids are able to do things like hack, and know that the hacking is bad, know that the hacking is an issue, then yeah, they know what they're doing is wrong. I don't know what you think, but I understand you have that big platform, that big handed down platform to you, but you know what the problem is, especially where most of your viewers are kids, where a lot of things like you do, like especially where you have a video of you going off yelling at a kid because he got you or he was talking shit about you, you know, and you didn't get banned. But no, apparently you want to go ahead and talk about the thing like you know what it's about. You can't even do certain things on Fortnite. You can't hack. You can't cheat on Fortnite because you can get in trouble too. Don't think just because freaking Mixer was dumb enough to pay almost $300 million for your ass that you can't get in trouble for that. That makes their platform look bad. Just like how cheaters will make the Fortnite platform look bad as well. And people like you who play Fortnite and other streamers who get paid for that and other content creators who get paid for that should be the reason of why these rules are implemented and why these rules should be respected. Don't blame the developers because they had to put in a certain amount of rules for people who actually set that. Guy, as I said, I don't think the punishment was fair. I thought maybe like a couple of months ban and then he can come back, but the permanent ban I thought was too much. But to tell me that the kid didn't deserve at least a consequence because he did use a hack in a game, that's absolutely ridiculous. And you're just using his age to give him a fucking scapegoat. That's absolutely ridiculous, dude. You should know better than this, Ninja. When it comes to this situation, dude, keep your mouth shut. Shut up. Be quiet. Don't say anything. Don't say a fucking thing. Don't say a damn thing. Because of the fact that, one, you are one of the biggest names in streaming right now. If you were doing the exact same thing, they would give you special treatment. They would give you the special treatment because of the fact that most of your viewers are kids who are people who play Fortnite, and it's absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But now, since you want to be on Mixer, you know, streaming on Mixer, doing things for Mixer, and you want to talk about this situation where you're comparing murder to cheating in a video game, that's absolutely fucking heinous, dude. Shut the hell up. Shut up. Stay playing Fortnite. Stay doing what you do. When it comes to FaZe Jarvis got a punishment for it. Was it extreme? Yes, I do agree that it was extreme. But he did something that was not allowed. Whether it was in content creator, whether it was in Save the World, or whether it was on Battle Royale, they do not allow that in the game. He did get a punishment. He needs to take a punishment, but not a permaban. You see, that whole saying where it's like, oh, because, you know, someone usually commits murder past the age of 18 or 19, they're considered an adult. But when they're under the age of 18, there's a reason why you're not tried as an adult. Look up, if you go on YouTube right now, many kids that have been tried as adults, and many kids who has been been sentenced to death. States don't care about that. States don't care how old you are. And this kid is 17. Let's say if they were to go ahead and sue this kid for doing so. You know who would be in trouble? The parents. So yeah, it does affect him, but it also affects the people who also give him the opportunity to work on these things. So on the real, dude, you gotta learn to be quiet, man. For real. Because of that type of situation, a lot of kids nowadays won't have to deal with consequences. And when they deal with the consequences as an adult, they won't understand how to fucking take it. They won't understand how to take it because they won't go ahead and get punishments for that. They won't get punishments for doing it as a kid. They're gonna be like, oh, he's just a kid, you know, he won't learn. No, give him a fucking punishment. Give him a consequence. If they don't give him the consequence, someone will. And someone will not care about what age they are. Like, for instance, if you are 16, 17, and let's say you're trashing somebody's house, and let's say somebody want to go ahead and, like defend their property by shooting at you, and you get shot, they're legally allowed to do so. Or if they're pointing a gun at you because you're trespassing property, they're allowed to do so. Seriously, like, these kids need to go ahead and have these consequences, especially in games. Because the thing is, now, when you're doing stuff like that, when you're saying stuff like that, then guess what? You're actually giving them the fucking, like, you're actually telling them that, hey, you know what? It's okay to do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Be quiet. Keep your mouth shut. It's the best thing you need to do. And let them do their jobs. And as I said, for FaZe Jarvis, I do not think that permaban was necessary. Maybe a year, maybe 6 months. But at one point, he does need a punishment, even if it wasn't a fucking permaban. You can't do that. Definitely subscribe to the EHG community. Definitely turn on your notifications when we get new streams and new videos set out. Definitely join us on our Discord channel. Make sure to subscribe to... Definitely go ahead and join us on our Facebook group. And make sure to subscribe to my rates in the description. And also go ahead and take a look at the people we sponsored and the title. But this is your boy CrazeMaze98, aka Nicholas Morales, founder of the founder of the EHG community. And stay tuned for another episode of the EHG podcast.